Okay, I've got the MindLab Manticore. That setup there, boys, has not changed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Deus 2 action on this right here, the results in behind this. They're already posted in another video comparing the Deus 2 to the E-Track on what you're looking at right there. A 10-inch deep jam on that cap, a little over 10 inches deep, a small piece of Reynolds wrap ball. Users of the Manticore may find this video very helpful. Okay, now the Manticore in the surf and seawater mode in deep high conductor will hit that dab without that ball. Trust me, okay? So we're going to look first at deep high conductor. We're only going to look at two modes on this machine. All-terrain, high conductors. That's what MindLab's calling it, okay? Recovery speed 4. I can turn that to 5 because this machine will hit that target down there pretty easy at 5. Okay. I've done noise canceling, but I'll do it again. Now, the Manticore's program comes with fall knots, okay? You see it in the screen over there on the left, okay? 24 sensitivity, like I said, without that fall there, this machine will light that jam up. What happens with a fall is there with that fall, it's already in the OEM program. We get 0. Notice the dot in the left-hand side of the screen. So the fall is notched, all-terrain, high conductor, and we get nothing. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going in here to the beach, surf, and seawater. Okay? Now, I've done went up here. We're going to look at it in a speed 5. The discrimination pattern I altered. I've knocked 0 through 5 because that's not part of the default program on this machine. That's all the notch that's in it. We're going to sweep this. And I've got the pattern. It's one tones all with a normal profile simple audio theme. Okay, now we're going to run this and we're going to put more notch in it. But I want you to hear it first with 0 through 5 notched. So we didn't get anything in all-terrain high conductor, okay? But we are getting signal here. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going back in here because the Deus 2 I was able to run some fairly high notch in the dive program. So I'm going to be putting more notch in this machine because a dime on this machine, we'll notch this machine up to about, we'll try about 65 first and see what happens. That's 65. 1 to 65 notched. All right, let's see what we get here now. So we are getting signal, which is better than all-terrain high conductors. So you folks with the Manticores out hunting these modern trash sites, you may find this information here helpful. Now, ground mineralization could drive if you can, how well this works. Okay, now I'm going to go on up. There's a notch. That's 70 knots. Let's see what happens now. We're still getting good audio, considering that situation. Audio that I could say I would dig that target right there, okay? Even based on a meter read. Okay, we're going to go up a little higher. That's 75. 1 through 75 knots. Let's see what happens. That's not too bad. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reduce the speed on this machine to 4. Okay, so in the wild, and I'll go ahead while I'm standing here. I'll transition back. All-terrain high conductors. Okay. And I'm up here, and I'll just go ahead and come over here just to show you all. Now, it had that 0 through 4 notch in it. We're going to put some notch in it real quick here. It shouldn't hit the target. I mean, it wouldn't hit it with a 0 through 4 notch, but you know. There's 70 notch. 1 through 70 is notched. All-terrain, high conductor, speed 5, nada. Okay, so in the wild, you'd never dig that dime right there, sweeping from this direction. Okay, we're gonna show this Deus 2 first here. Y'all see what we've got there? That ball's getting close over there to the plate of that dime. I've not even moved it over on top of the cap. We're gonna leave it just like so. Alright. Dive program. They're all set up in full tones, boys. Dive program has no notch. Speed 1. Salt sensitivity 1. Listen. I'm getting an 86 for a reading, okay? And let me noise cancel it. Because I got a better signal than that while ago on it. Alright. You hear that? 92 in the window. 88. Alright, you can clearly hear that dime down there. Now that's no notch in this diving program, and what I will do, I'm going to put some notch in it. I'm going to notch this machine all the way up to 80, and let's just see if we can still hear this dime. Or 70. I'm going to notch it to 70. There's 70 notch. 0 to 70. Alright. You can clearly still hear that dime. Alright. Deep high conductor. It's set up the same way. Okay. Now it don't have a salt sensitivity setting in it. Auto scan has worked. Okay. Notch on this is 0 to 72. Let's listen. It's full tones. All we hear is that little click. Okay. I will increase the notch a little more. There's 80, 0 to 80 notch. Let's see what happens. There's nothing there, boys, much. You hear it? Every now and then a little click is all. Okay? Now to be fair, we'll go back over here to the diving program. I'm going to increase the notch on it to 80. Let's see what we hear. There it is, 0 to 80, okay? You hear that? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going back to Deep High Conductor Program. I'm going back in here and I'm going to take all the notch out. So if you buy one of these machines and all you did is reduce the disc to 6.8 and you run this machine, with a speed of 1. This is what you're going to hear right here in PWM tones, full tones. You hear any high tone in that? You see that meter on that machine? It's reading that fall, just like it did when I had it right over here on this phone, okay? So there's no intelligence in that audio telling me that high conductive dime is down there, okay? Now that's a deep dime, boys, okay? I'm not pulling your leg here, okay? Now we're transitioning over to fast program. Fast program is ground balanced. 6.8 disc. I've got a notch of 0 to 60. Now that fall reads about 28 to 30 on this machine. I showed you. Let's see what we get. You hear anything? Now, that's a speed of 1. And this machine will hit this target right here and give some audio without that fall down there, boys. Iron volume is off in all these programs. You hear anything? There's nothing there in the fast program with a 60 notch. I've notched the fall, there's nothing there, okay? Now we're back over here in the diving program with a 0 to 80 notch. Let's listen again. You hear that? Now, in the interest of this video, what I'm going to do in the diving program is I'm going down here to salt sensitivity and I'm just going to max it to 9. You listened to it before at 1. Let's see what happens. You hear how good that signal is? There's a 91 in that meter, boys. 87, 91, 88. You hear that? Look how fast I'm sweeping that call. A good strong signal with salt sensitivity at 9 even, okay?